obviously, we've all been there talking about it right now.
Run. You
That's
gotta
right.
do it.
You got to do it. That's what stations are for a lot of times. But obviously, for all your fitness and nutrition, email Simon at SimonTheFitKitchen.com. For the ladies' perspective, if you don't want to ask Simon because he's going to forward the email to Jeannie anyway.
Yeah.
Jeannie@email.com. But Michelle's wearing a shirt that's Runt's Mother 5K. Our Arturo Tourist line. That's a great shirt because we're going to commercial break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about races. Yeah. Like some races give you more than others, but those who don't give you so much may be the better race.
Right.
But you've got some other things on your tablet over there you want to talk about. Yeah. But again, this is Simon and Jeannie, the Fit Kitchen here on Speed for You Radio. We'll be right back. Glimmer Gear. Increase your visibility. Be seen by motorists up to a quarter mile away. LED-equipped, state-of-the-art sports apparel designed to offer you comfort and safety while you exercise, train, and explore the outdoors. Visit Glimmer Gear today. Enter the promo code ISpeakForYou and get 25% off. That's glimmergear.com or give them a call at 619-299-GEAR.
And this is your Rule of the Week. USA Cycling Rule concerning helmets. At all times when participating in an event held under a USA Cycling event permit, including club rides, any rider on a bicycle or motorcycle shall wear a protective, securely fastened helmet that satisfies the standards specified in USA Cycling policies. Participating in an event means riding a bicycle in the vicinity of a race at any time between the beginning of registration and the last awarding of prizes. But it does not apply to riding rollers or stationary trainers in order to warm up. And that is your Rule of the Week. Britain's Bicycle Shop is a local, family-owned brick-and-mortar business in the heart of north central San Antonio. They have served the cycling community for over 20 years, and their mission is to provide top-notch service, products, and programming for customers and fellow cyclists, providing the most enjoyable cycling experience from beginners to neo-professional athletes. The staff varies in experience and interests to include Ironman triathletes, cross-country mountain bikers, commuters, men and women road racers, and all-around enthusiasts.
Their inventory includes all the bikes for all types of riders. Whether you're looking for a Tour de France bike, a competition road, a triathlon bike, full suspension or a hardtail mountain bikers, a 29er, international touring, or hybrid built just for leisure. You can be assured that Britain Bicycles has the bike for you. Repairs, oh my. Yes, they have a repair service that is second to none. They're inclusive, so any and all bicycles are welcome for in our doors. If you ride them, they'll fix them. Their goal is to keep you riding. Find them online at BrittonBikes.com or give them a call at 210-656-1655. That's 210-656-1655. Now let's get out and go ride. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Michelle has departed for her 1 hour run. Getting ready for the Capital Coast Relay, which is the longest relay in Texas. It goes from Austin all the way down to the beach at Corpus Christi. Nice. That's in October. And then obviously we got Rock and Roll Marathon coming up. And then BCS Marathon at College Station. We just came out from College Station this weekend. I announced Tri-Aggie Land over there. It was a sprint triathlon. Outrival Racing was there. There was a lot of big teams that were there. Yeah. But Revolution race team you guys obviously are part of and managing everything. Really getting ready for the tiny and small Texan because that is a fast race. Yeah. And sometimes those smaller ones hurt worse than the longer ones.
Well, I think so because there's no recovery time. It's just balls to the wall the whole time, and you have to, you kind of like meander for a mile. So if it's only,
can't blow dry your hair in the transition.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. You just go and just redline the whole time.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Jeannie?
And speaking of the transitions, have you seen our Irish Rocket local pro Robbie Wade in transition? He's
a blur.
It is just like, what was that just went by?
Oh, when he came out of Tall Tex and I went, okay, here comes Robbie. Oh, Robbie's already gone.
It's truly an art form. I mean, the way he does it's amazing. It's a science. It's very cool to watch.
And we have plenty of stuff to talk about, but because I know you guys, obviously, you guys are incredible triathletes. How do folks, it's a beginner, and they're like, oh, I put my towel out, I put my bag out, put my gear out. Do you have your shoes clipped in, or do you leave your shoes out?
It's the fourth element of a triathlon.
You can lose a race in transition.
You can,
yes.
and also,
We all have.
I think for the person who hasn't really done any transition training, there is nothing worse than having an awesome swim, running up the beach or running up and trying to get your helmet on, your shoes on, and you're dizzy and you can't find your bike and you're not sure what's going on, and your goggles half hanging off your head and you're trying to get out of your wetsuit. So yeah, it's definitely the fourth part of triathlon.
Right.
And out at Bernie Lake, what was that, a couple of weeks ago or months ago, we were doing that transition training with you. Because Jeannie was like, how do these guys do these running mounts and dismounts on and off the bike, and they come into T2 and they don't have their shoes on, or how do you do that? So it just takes practice.
It's a real science that you really have to learn to perfect, because one misstep, and I mean, it can take you down, right? I mean, if you're a little off balance, jumping onto the saddle and you're trying to clip in, and just, it can.
And like you're saying about Robbie does it in a full sprint. I mean, he comes off the bike and he's already doing sub 5 minute mile. I mean,
it's
seriously,
true.
I mean, that's how fast it is. I mean, when he
Practice
came off the
bike
bike, I went, okay, you're doing a 70.3. You just did 50 plus miles, and you come off the bike in full sprint. I mean, I don't, and he's pushing the bike, obviously, going into T2. Yeah. But I'm going, how does that work? But I've done transition training. I mean, I've literally, when I raced, I was going, okay, I don't want to spend a minute in the transition. So that was one of the training things. People were like, what are you doing today? Are you running, cycling? I'm working on transition. Well, why? Yeah. Because you can lose, as you were saying, in a transition.
Yeah. Oh, it can happen in the brink. I'll give you a perfect example. So for me, at the regional sprint triathlon championships up in Rose City, I mean, it was literally a 7-second difference for me from podium. I mean, that's just what it was. 7 seconds. And 7 seconds from third place. I ended up being fourth in the region, but 7 seconds from third place, like 9 from second place.
And that's where you start thinking, where can I get those seconds back?
And you get them back just in transition right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not putting socks on, having your shoes already on the bike, taking your feet out of your shoes within a quarter mile of T2, so you don't have to worry about unclipping and all that stuff. You just throw your leg over and start running. Just little things like that. Locating your bike, finding out where your bike is.
Yes.
At Ironman over here, running into transition, she was in the right place, but just mirror imaged. Yeah. So she was running down and it banks right, and we're like, where is she going? Her bike's halfway down on the left.
Right.
And Robbie did remedy to count the racks. I mean, that's what he says. You count the racks.
And you said you would have somebody yell out, how many racks.
Yeah, I would have my spotter or a friend of mine literally on the outside because they can't go into the transition, but they'd be at the mark and they would yell now, and then I would, because you guys know, and a lot of folks. I mean, if you're beginning into this, so much going on. You hear the announcer, you hear music, you hear people yelling and screaming and clapping, and your mind is like, oh my God, I can't believe I just swam that far, or and you're going, what do I'm not even thinking. I don't even know where my bike is.
Yeah, landmark at Cap Tex, there's one light post in the whole transition, and Jeannie's bike was almost directly underneath it. So you've got a 30-foot high tower. Like, all right, find the light.
Just run to the light post. Yeah.
Use a bright colored towel. I have a fluorescent yellow towel. Jeannie has you used to have a blue and green towel or a pink towel or something. So you use the same towel. So you just condition. Okay, if it was a pink towel, was a pink towel.
Right.
And then you find it. And some people put like little flags.
Or how you rack your bike could be a thing, because last week at Triaguland, people were using their handlebars, and I was like, hey, hook it from your seat, because that way you have your helmet on your handlebars already. You come in, put your helmet on, take your bike off the rack, and you're good. Because a lot of times, and tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times that I've seen is when people are grabbing the bikes, they're tired, first of all. Their mindset's not right. They're grabbing their bikes and their handlebars hook the racks, and you can pull the whole rack down. Yeah. So with a seat, it's a lot easier. You just pull it off the seat and you're on your way.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and so I would just say, folks, come out. It's going to be Sunday, July 28th.
Yes.
The Small and Tiny Texan. Come and you'll get to witness everything that we're talking about. And the Irish Rocket will be there. Our whole team.
The Sham Rocket.
You guys,
we've got gotta get a cool name for it, man. The Shamrocket or something.
That's gonna be it. I'm gonna be talking about that. There comes the Shamrocket.
I'll be racing. We'll
Lots of local
have
teams.
some of us who are
Try
doing
Team
relays, some of them on the whole thing. There's lots of different. It's 2 races, right?
Yeah, some of Stone Oak will be out. There is a relay for those
Yep.
of you who maybe, it's early in the season. So for those of you who maybe, aren't swimming as much and you're not feeling comfortable doing an 800-meter open water swim, grab somebody who is confident in their swimming and do a relay. I mean,
Or,
there's a
or
lot
if you
of-
are a swimmer and want a biker and a runner, they can
That's right.
connect
That's
up with
right.
Michelle.
Because there's a lot of folks saying, Ironman Boulder just opened up, so they're like, okay, I want to get my swim. Is she
She's
doing
like,
it?
let's do. No, she's like, let's do Ironman Boulder. I'm like,
Are you kidding me?
My phone was blowing up that morning, like, do it. You got to do the stand-up. And I'm sitting here and going, oh, geez, okay.
Oh, I know. Folks were texting me. I'm going, I don't even do Ironmans, but no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But no, Ironman Boulder's coming up, so there's folks who are like, okay, I need to start working on my swim. They can swim 800 meters already, but they're
Yes.
really not ready for the bike or the run. So,
Right.
or vice versa, they can bike, but they're not ready for the swim and all that.
Absolutely.
But teams are authorized. Obviously, go to BrittonBikes.com or go see Melissa at Britton Bikes. She'll get you-
Active.com as well until
Active.com,
Thursday.
that's right.
Registration is open till Thursday at active.com. So we're going to have a lakeside party right after. There's going to be, you got kegs of beer, lots of cool door prizes. Before Thursday, you get a really cool T-shirt, and I'm telling you, it is a cool shirt.
They
They
It's
do
a
it-
great
they do a good
venue
job.
as well.
It's an
yeah,
awesome
fantastic
venue.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you racing it, Simon?
I'll be part of a relay. I'm sure.
What are you doing?
Something.
He's
If
gonna-
you do, you have to be on the mountain bike, obviously.
Maybe.
But you're getting ready for
Oh, yeah.
Leadville. I mean, I know you got some stuff you want to talk about, but man, we don't go by scripts here. I can't imagine, right? I can't imagine. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
yes, we are scripted.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
scripted. You bring a script, it doesn't go by it. But no, as folks that don't know, Jeannie, obviously, Boston marathoner, Ironman, done so much. Great young boys, so she knows what she's doing. I mean, endurance athlete, Leadville qualifier. I mean, obviously you qualify for Leadville,
Yeah.
but you've done Leadville.
He buckled.
He buckled.
More
He
importantly,
buckled. That's
he
right.
buckled.
Yeah.
And then you have Don, the Godfather, Lansole.
Yeah.
That's going to be there as well. But
Yeah.
I don't even understand, how do you train on a mountain bike for so many hours? I mean, on a bike for Ironman or races, 100K races and stuff, I understand. But a mountain bike, it's just a different animal, different setup from a road bike.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Typically a mountain bike it's a little more you're a little more upright, so it could be a little more comfortable than a road bike or a time trial bike because you are a little more upright just to deal with the terrain. But like anything, man, it's just getting your butt used to it, and it's just getting out there and being on it. I know Chris Crago, Steve McNary, other teammates who are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just exclusively on their mountain bikes, and we do the Wednesday noon at Lifetime. I'm on the fat tire, I'm on the mountain bike because
Wow.
it behooves me to be on my bike as much as I can just to get my body conditioned to being in the ergonomics of it. And I don't want to train 100 miles a week on a different frame and then get on my bike and go, oh, that feels weird, So it's like, we'll be out in going from Leakey to Vanderpool, cranking up the climbs out there. There's a couple of advantages to being on a mountain bike that I love over a road bike or a time trial bike. Is obviously the gearing's a little more different. You don't have as big a chainring, so it's designed to go up the hills a little easier. And the tire pressure, the tires are 3 times as wide sometimes.
You're riding a 29er, right?
Yeah, riding a 29er, on a time trial bike or a road bike, you've got 110, 120 psi. So if you're on like a crushed gravel road where it's just tarmac and then they crush gravel into it, so it's not the smoothest thing. So we're riding out there and Chad and Carlos Miranda, I mean, they were feeling every bump. But we're riding tires that are 2 inches wide, and we're riding maybe 30, 35 psi. So it's a little softer.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's a little cruisier, and they were kind of mocking me having the clip-on aero bars on there. But you get into a comfortable position, and for me, with the aero bars on there, it's not about being aerodynamic necessarily. It's about being more comfortable.
Because
Yeah.
you're getting saddle time.
You really are.
And that's all it is, It's just getting your butt
Yeah.
comfortable in the saddle and getting the calluses and the spots worn in so that, when you're out
Yeah.
there for 9, 10, 12 hours, it's not a shock to the system. And it's also, you've got to get your connective tissue and your hamstrings and everything used to being tired. Because when you're done out there, and we rode for 7 hours and 10 minutes, 7 hours and 20 minutes, 8
brutal.
hours. I mean, your big muscles, your hamstrings, your quads, they're tired. So all those other little muscles that you don't